Dump. This week we're recording on the summer solstice, which is the longest day and shortest night of the year, and in celebration of that hot sunshine and great summertime, we're all delicious summery treats. I'm a cold beer, because it's something I legitimately enjoy drinking on a summer day. Joining me this week are Freezies.
They're always refreshing and delicious until you cut the sides of your mouth, and then the blood makes it better.
And Ian is watermelon rind pickles, which sounds very Ian.
I still have to try them, but Elton Brown says they're the best thing about summer, and I will believe anything that man says.
Wait, how can they be your favorite treat if you've never even had them before?
Ben, it's the shortest night of the year, and that's not a lot of time to get through 14 seasons of good eats.
Hey Ben, do you remember the feed dump story we did a while ago about a guy in Australia who was trying to impress a girl in a hostel, and so he jumped into crocodile-infested waters and, in a strange twist of fate, was bitten by a crocodile?
I do! I've even thought about trying to do something like that myself to impress people.
Well, then you won't be surprised that our infamous hero has not made good life choices since then. He was just released from custody, narrowly avoiding jail, for stealing a car and trying to assault a police officer while high on meth.
Never mind, I'm gonna die alone.
Why is it always stealing cars and assaulting police officers when you're high on meth? Nobody ever does extreme scrapbooking or rogue gardening.
Hello, officer? There's a man high on meth who broke into my house. He cleaned my tub and sorted my recycling. No, don't come over. He's making me dinner right now.
Let's hear some more details on the story, but from the words of our hero's lawyer, who is a very blunt man. My client dived into the Johnstone River and got attacked by a croc. The story spread around the internet and the media took a lot of interest. He then received bundles of money and spent the money on drugs, primarily methamphetamines and women. And it was when that money ran out in a hallucinogenic state that my client committed these offenses, which including attempt to steal a vehicle and then assaulting the off-duty police officer who came to stop him. Yup. Don't do that.
So what I'm getting from this is that the drugs are actually keeping everyone safe. No one goes on a bender until after they run out of drugs. We need to send all of our meth to Florida immediately.
Yeah, look at what this guy was doing when he wasn't on meth. He tried to jump into a crocodile's mouth to impress a lady, and apparently went on a grand larceny stream. Give this guy, fill this boy with meth.
Ben, you said crime stream. Did you mean to say spree? Or did Twitch add a bunch of new categories that I'm not aware of?
Yeah, you're right. I did say the wrong thing. But if Twitch decided to make a drug category, IRL could finally stop pretending.
This guy would probably make a ton of money streaming on IRL. Wait, that's probably how he got the money for the drugs in the first place!
It sucks that he lost all of his money. But if he wants to make a quick buck on Twitch, all you have to do is stream PUBG. Sell out. Do one every week.
A Pennsylvania couple has been tormented for the last 13 years by an alarm clock that has become wedged in their walls. It goes off every 10 minutes.
Wow, I have so many questions, but the first and most important one is, what sweet jam does it play every 10 minutes?
It beeps.
Man, that's hell.
I'm more concerned about what sort of creature is living in their walls that's studiously pushing the snooze button every 10 minutes.
Just like the most organized stream of silverfish.
Jerry! Push snooze on the alarm! I'm trying to get through this first pressing of Moby Dick, and the buzzing's making me lose my appetite.
Get it yourself, Vern. These precious, irreplaceable heirloom photos aren't gonna get ground into dust themselves.
I don't know why you guys are talking like that, but I guess I'll go press the button.
So according to CBS Pittsburgh, this is how two people came to live in hell. In 2004, Jerry Lynn wanted to drill a hole for a TV cable in their home. Unsure where to drill, he got the clever idea to tie a clock to a piece of string and drop it down a second-story air vent and listen for the sound. He explained that he programmed the alarm to go off every 10 minutes to give him time to go downstairs and listen at the hollow wall. Then the clock fell off the string. And he thought, well, it's not a real problem. It's not going to keep going off. It did. And he thought, well, I'm sure the battery will run out in 3 to 4 months. And that was 13 years ago. So sometimes, they say, the clock irritates their visitors, but they're used to it themselves. Jerry did admit he could have cut into the wall to retrieve the lost clock years ago, but he has now just gotten used to the regular beeps.
Well, the man clearly isn't going to do anything about it at this point. I'm curious to see what happens when they try to sell this place.
So this house is a beautiful contemporary split level with in-wall heating and an amazing feature. It has a built-in timer that goes off every 10 minutes, so it's perfect for timing rice, home aerobics, and missionary position sexual intercourse. Does anybody want to see the basement?
And every guy that gets shown that house is going to go, yes, 10 minutes. That is how long I maintain that position.
Oh, that time already. Well, that should be enough to make a baby. Same time next year, wife?
Wait, get off me. The race is done.
Chaos reigned in Santa Monica after the driver of a pickup truck got into a road rage incident, getting out of his truck to argue with a person on a bicycle. While he was arguing with the person on a bicycle, another person then tried to steal his pickup truck, which he had left running. He then chased after the truck and was hit by his own vehicle. The truck then went further down the street and hit somebody in a wheelchair. Everybody's fine, so I can laugh, but my God.
I always knew Grand Theft Auto was real, and apparently it takes place in Santa Monica.
Speaking of games, I'm not sure where bicycle truck wheelchair fits into the larger rock, paper, scissors canon. We know that truck beats wheelchair and bike beats truck, but wheelchair and bicycle? Both fall to rock, I guess?
See, I'm more so wondering what the guy on the bike did that was so bad that a guy actually got out of his truck to yell at them.
Based on a sample of most drivers I've seen, he was on a bicycle.
Yeah, fuck you, cyclists. Get off my road. Go onto the sidewalk where the second-class citizens are, so that the second-class citizens can say, fuck you, cyclists. Get off my sidewalk. Go back onto the road where all the assholes are.
Okay, Scooby Gang, that's one mystery down. Now the real question is, what did the person in the wheelchair do to make another person need to steal a truck and run them over?
Probably do fuck this. I'm not doing a Scooby-Doo impression. But it's probably doing a shitty impression of Fred. I would run somebody over for that.
What's wrong, Ren? Rook a rump and roar wrong weeks.
I stand by what I did.
You know what? I respect you. I respect your convictions in the name of comedy and for bad aim and for not letting Ian do any more of those impressions because they are indeed wretched. And on that note, I'm going to call this episode to a close before we actually break something because miraculously nothing was broken, even though a very heavy cookie jar almost fell on top of our mixing board. And a camera. Maybe we should leave our cameras on the floor. Maybe that's the true moral of the story.
Yeah, it's like it's $5,000 worth of equipment on the floor.
Welcome to Loading Ready Run. This has been Feed Dump, but remember, there may be better sources of news, but they don't leave $5,000 worth of equipment on the floor. They don't have Ian, they don't have Ben. You would probably be able to throw things better, but they most importantly don't have this hat, which is a Goomba, which is also a word you can just use to describe us when we're like, yeah, just throw that thing at the shelf filled with other things to fall in the thing again. Don't do that. Don't be like us. We're like a moral here. Don't do this, kids. That's the true moral of the story. Feed Dump out.
This is a message to future Kathleen. You're doing a great job. This makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, we got our stinger.